The future of tennis is in safe hands. We've got some great youngsters leading the game, and it's the only thing that makes the loss of legends like Roger Federer and Serena Williams easier. We saw one such example in the US Open men's singles final when Casper Ruud stunned the world with his super selfless act. And that's exactly what we're talking about in this video. Let's get started. First up, Ruud's admission during the US Open final. It's no secret that the Norwegian is one of the most talented players on tour right now. He made 2 Grand Slam finals this year, and we have absolutely no doubt that he's going to claim quite a few majors in the future. But it's not just his tennis that's awesome. He's got a heart of gold as well. In his US Open final against Carlos Alcaraz, the 23-year-old showed the world what it means to be a true gentleman in this sport. He willingly gave away a point to his opponent. Folks, at the biggest stage of his career, he didn't even hesitate about it. Casper was broken in the 3rd game of the opening set, and he obviously needed to break to stay in the set, and he seemed to have won the opening point on the Spaniard's serve at 4-3, but admitted to the chair umpire that he failed to get to the ball, and it bounced twice before his return. Geez, what a legend. Now, what makes this super special is that the umpire totally missed the double bounce, and the point was Casper's, but he quickly owned up to it. Even Carlitos applauded his opponent's honesty. The umpire announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ruud has just confirmed that a ball bounced twice. The point goes to Alcaraz," and everybody at Arthur Ashe came to their feet. The most important thing is, it was a super crucial point too. Oh, and it wasn't just for show either. He could have really used that point. The Norwegian went on to win the next 2 points, and if he had won that opening one too, he would have had 3 breaking points on the Alcaraz serve. We don't have to tell you what a huge difference that would have made. We'd even go on to say that it could have changed the entire course of the game. Who knows? It was at a crucial juncture of the first set. Carlos, of course, ended up avoiding being broken, and he went on to win the set, but it was Ruud's sportsmanship that really turned heads in the first hour in New York. Next, fans were very impressed with his action, and why wouldn't they be? Everybody on the internet was talking about it, and it was all good things about Ruud. One fan tweeted that it was simply clear that he was the perfect example of a good sportsman, and who can disagree with that? He could have totally got away with that point. Some people quickly called out the umpire and said that it shouldn't be up to players to make such calls, and we fully agree. Maybe it's time tennis introduces quick video replays for the umpires. It's only human to miss a couple of things here and there, but they should have the power to fix such issues. After all, this is the biggest stage in the world of tennis. It'll only be fair to the players. Anywho, one fan posted that they were super glad that a player like him was in the final. Another expressed that the Norwegian totally deserved the Sportsmanship Award for the year, and we can't think of anybody else who deserves it more. Give it to him right now. Moving on, Casper was all class after the game too. Folks, losing a slam final can't be easy, especially when you were this close. We'd imagine that players get frustrated all the time and don't really have that many positive feelings at the time, but not Casper Ruud. He was super graceful in defeat too. The 24-year-old had just good things to say about Alcaraz. He said that he was, of course, disappointed that it didn't go his way, but that's how it goes. He gave full credit to Carlos for stepping up when he really needed to, and he didn't just stop there. He went on to call his opponent the best player in the game right now, and well, that's just facts as well. Ruud said that it was incredibly impressive what the Spaniard had already achieved as a teenager, so much that it was sometimes hard to believe that he was only a teenager. We mirror those thoughts. It's unbelievable that he's only 19 years old. What were you doing when you were that age? Certainly nothing as cool as winning a Grand Slam. The Norwegian commented that Carlitos was one of the few rare talents that come up every now and then in sports, and he was sure that his career was headed in the right direction. He also said that he was looking forward to seeing how the youngster develops. You and us, Casper. Following this, Ruud was happy about the rankings as well. Folks, all of this becomes even more incredible when you realize that the #1 tanking was on the line as well. Yes, that's right. For the first time ever, the winner of the final would have climbed to the top spot. These two, Casper revealed that Alcaraz totally deserved the spot, and he was happy that they played each other for the title and the ranking. He said it was fitting that they were now #1 and 2 in the world, after both had good results throughout the year. And we agree. As we said, tennis is in the right hands moving forward. Up next, Casper was still satisfied with his performance too, and that's what we like to hear. Getting to a major final is a massive deal in itself. The 24-year-old expressed that he was proud of the way he played in the final and in the entire tournament. He knew he gave it his all and left it all out on the court. He said he played some phenomenal tennis in the 2 weeks at the Flushing Meadows, probably his best ever Federer on hard courts. He was also super happy with being number 2 in the world. In fact, he stated that it was a good thing in a way, as he can still chase that last spot. He has just one more spot left to conquer, although he knew that it will be tough. Finally, Ruud doesn't want to play Spaniards. We totally get it, too. Imagine not 1, but 2 losses in one season to, yeah, you guessed it, Spanish players. Earlier this year, the Norwegian lost the Roland Garros final to the great Rafa Nadal. No shame in that. If you ask us, many players have. After the US Open final, Casper joked that he hopes he doesn't face a player from Spain if he reaches another Grand Slam final. He commented that the Spaniards know what they're doing in major finals, so let's hope he gets somebody other than them. That's adorable, and we're glad that he was able to joke about stuff like this. That being said, he was much better against Alcaraz than Nadal, and he recognized that as well. He said he had more fun in New York as he didn't have to go up against the biggest idol of his life in the biggest match of his life. He revealed that he believed in more at the US Open that he could win. Well, all he needs to do is keep doing what he's doing, and we have no doubt he'll have a super successful career. He's on the right track. Now let's move on to some other related news. First, Alcaraz wants to keep winning. The world number 1 is showing no signs of stopping just yet. The 19-year-old told the press that he wants to keep working hard and winning big titles. He said his goal was to stay on top for a very long time like the big 3, and he's willing to work for it too. He talked about how he was only 19, and he had lots of room for improvement, and just because he was number 1 didn't mean his game was perfect. Yeah, this kid's gonna take over the world, and we're all for it. Next, Daniil Medvedev on losing the number 1 spot. The former world number 1 isn't too fussed about losing his ranking. The Russian revealed that he didn't feel much as Alcaraz took over. He said he was aware that his drop was a result of his own performance and that he just hadn't gotten enough points to remain number 1, or even 2 or 3. On the other hand, Casper, Carlos, and Rafa had all done great. It was just logical, so he had no reason to cry about it. He just knew he had to work harder. Finally, Roger Federer isn't coming back. Folks, it's not a nightmare like we were hoping. It's all coming to an end. The Swiss maestro has revealed that he has no plans of taking his retirement back. He said he was definitely retiring, and there's no chance he's coming back. Now, some of us were keeping our fingers crossed after global stars like Tom Brady and Tyson Fury took their retirements back. But Roger is done for real. And between you and us, we don't know how to cope with this news. Federer will play his final event at the Laver Cup in London later this week. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Casper Ruud can win a Grand Slam next year? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.